Well, Pet Refuge is launching an urgent appeal for help as they struggle to shelter animals from abusive homes. It's been providing temporary shelter and care for pets affected by domestic violence for a year now and is sadly overwhelmed with demand. Well, joining me now is Julie Chapman. She is the founder of Pet Refuge. Julie, in a nutshell, you are providing a place to keep these animals safe while those victims of abuse escape or are able to leave.
Yeah, so pets are family, and so for many victims of family violence, they choose to stay in those situations rather than leave out of fear for their pet's safety. We know from research that we did in partnership with Women's Refuge in 2018 that in fact 53% of women delay leaving out of fear for their pet's life. 24% had a pet killed at the hands of their partner, and encouragingly 73% said if there was somewhere for their pet to go, they would leave. So Pet Refuge has a purpose-built shelter, and we keep their pets safe and cover all the costs until they can be reunited with their owners.
And what have you seen in those personal experiences of the people using Pet Refuge in this first year?
Gosh, I think a sense of relief is probably the biggest one. We have literally people who've stayed in these horrible situations for years and years who've finally got the courage to leave because they know their pets will be safe. And then conversely, we have people that reach out to us who have literally had to flee their house with their pet in tow and their children and are literally calling us from a park with nowhere to go. And since we've opened, we've helped close to 190 pets and their families actually leave violence, which is amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing, and because those refuges, Women's Refuge and those refuges for the victims of domestic violence, they don't generally take animals on, right?
Yeah, they don't generally take animals on, and so when this idea, I guess, was percolating, one of the first things I did was talk to the CEO of Women's Refuge and say, this is the idea, is this something we can partner with you on? And that was very gratefully received. So we have a great relationship with Women's Refuge. We also take referrals from police, self-referrals, even hospitals who are about to treat women who've had severe injuries and won't get treated until they know their pet is safe because they're so worried they're going to be killed.
It is extraordinary, isn't it? The situations that people find themselves in and the help that you can supply. What do you need now?
Yeah, so look, we have the highest reporting rates of family violence in the OECD and the second highest rate of pet ownership. So it is fair to say that we have seen a significant increase in the need for our support. And so what we've done, because our shelter can only take a certain number of pets, is partnered with some really trusted and valued kennels and catteries around the country to house pets as soon as they need our help and until they can come into our shelter. So what we're asking the public to do is get in behind our urgent appeal so we can keep saying yes, just donating $25 or what they can afford, and that will provide a night of safety for a pet and covers everything they need.
Julie Chapman, thank you so much for the work that you do and for joining us here on 8 o'clock.
Thank you for having me.